Good afternoon. Fade to Black breaking news for this Monday, December 8th, 2025, kicking off a brand new week here on Fade to Black. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. Let's get straight to it on this day in history. 1980, John Lennon is shot and killed in New York City by an obsessed fan, Mark David Chapman. Here's your Fader fact. Scotland's national animal is the unicorn. Yeah. All right, let's get to it. Here's all the breaking news. A 7.5 magnitude earthquake hit northeastern Japan earlier today, prompting orders for about 90,000 residents to evacuate with tsunami warnings that have now been downgraded. The epicenter of the quake was 50 miles off the coast of Aomori. A new report from the APA about TikTok and other short-form video platforms concluded that heavy exposure can lead to measurable brain impairment. That's right. The research, which describes the syndrome as brain rot, signals that it's turned into a clinically recognized pattern of cognitive decline. This includes TikTok, Instagram, Facebook Reels, and YouTube Shorts, and they all appear to contribute to reduced attention capacity and diminish mental processing abilities. Does this include Fade to Black breaking news? Yepers. According to a new study, a volcanic eruption in the mid-14th century may have set the stage for the spread of the Black Death in Europe. By triggering a cool and overcast period in the Mediterranean, the eruption started a butterfly effect that led to a downturn in agricultural production, which required imported grain from the Black Sea. And with that, the bubonic plague bacteria. Wow. Google Discover, their new content feed that is heavily featured on Android phones, is showing users misleading and AI-generated headlines that replace the actual ones on articles. Like this headline, Steam Machine, price revealed. It was replaced, right? Now check this out. Valve's Steam Machine looks like a console, but don't expect it to be priced like one. That's two different headlines and very misleading. Now, Google says Discover is generated with AI, which can make mistakes. Yeah, we know. In Consumer Reports' latest ranking for used cars, Tesla came dead last for reliability, trailing by 40 points from the top spot on a scale between 0 and 100. The top spot was Lexus with a 77. The best of the worst was Chevrolet with a 40. But Tesla makes that failing grade seem pretty respectable with its absolute rock bottom rating of 31. Babbel just announced the most mispronounced word of 2025, and it's Louvre, the museum. Babbel says that the correct pronunciation is Louvre, with a very soft ruh. I guess Babbel is a fan of Fade to Black. Now, last night I watched a documentary about Napoleon and the Louvre, where they said Louvre about 150 times. And it was produced by the BBC. And finally, I'm going to leave you with this. It took a 13-year-old, Isabel, less than 5 minutes to outsmart Australia's world-leading social media ban for children. A notification from Snapchat, one of the 10 platforms affected, had lit up her screen, warning she'd be booted off when the law kicked in this week if she couldn't prove she was over 16. So what did she do? She got a photo of her mom and stuck it in front of the camera. Snapchat said thank you. Now, kids these days have grown up in a new world, and outsmarting tech companies has always been a sport for them. Now, tips have flooded social media. This is what they do. They understand our new world better than adults, right? And one of those tips is like wearing a Halloween mask is enough to defeat facial assessment technology. The real answer is we have to admit that we just got ahead of our skis. We did. We did this with the internet and social media. We've raised our children in this brave new world, one that we don't fully know if its real influence is going to be realized. But for our children, it's their community. And if I'm being totally honest, I would have never thought about using a Halloween mask to take on the man. Well done. I'm impressed. Seriously. There you go. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Monday, December 8th. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Neumann. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight on the show, John Olson joins us. We're going to be talking about the paranormal West. Yeah, and his research. All of that and much more tonight. Stranger Bridgerland. Yeah, but until then, all I've got is Gobekli Tepe.